What's up, guys? This is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and I just got off the field here at Future 50 in Florida, and Michigan has scored a big commitment from five-star edge Carter Meadows. Before we dive into one of the biggest lands in recent memory on the defensive side of the ball, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos. And of course, if you want the inside scoop, you know I was saying that I felt like Michigan had the lead for Carter Meadows despite the optimism around Ohio State. Make sure to subscribe to the Wolverine.com. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at the Wolverine.com. Michigan is red hot on the recruiting trail. Now is the perfect time to subscribe to the Wolverine.com. All right, guys. So like I said, in the car here talking Carter Meadows, the number 6 overall recruit nationally, number 2 edge in the country per On3, a true 5-star prospect on On3, and a lot to like about Carter Meadows. Before I talk about him as a player, how did this one happen in terms of his recruitment? Well, I've always liked Michigan in this recruitment. If you've watched this channel, if you subscribe to the Wolverine.com, you know I always said that Carter Meadows was very much like Andrew Babalola in the sense that he's the rare 5-star that you don't have to break the bank for. Of course, NIL was a bit of a factor for Babalola, and I'm sure Michigan's putting together a strong package for Meadows as well. But this one really came down to what Michigan had to offer away from the field. You looked at his other finalists, South Carolina, Penn State, Ohio State. Michigan is clearly the superior school. I mean, of course, Ohio State is a football factory, and, you know, they can sell that, but it's nowhere near the academic institution that Michigan is. And I think from a culture perspective, from an education perspective, Carter Meadows really fit Michigan. And on top of that, development. You look at Wink Martindale, his NFL background. You look at Michigan's track record in general of producing NFL pass rushers recently. You look at Lou Esposito, who has been able to do more with less. With a guy like Carter Meadows, I think Esposito can develop him into an absolute monster at the next level. So a big selling point for Michigan throughout this was the development piece, which was very key for Meadows. But for both Meadows and his family, and his parents will be the first ones to tell you they're more, you know, into the academic side than they are into the football side. And I think with Michigan having the advantage of just overall academic reputation coupled with the Ross School of Business, that really won over the family. And when I talked to Meadows' father, Michael, after their official visit, he had nothing but great things to say about Michigan on the football side, but also on the academic side, the life after football, the Empower presentation, all of that really meant something to the Meadows family. So a big win for Michigan over rival Ohio State. And again, even last night, Ohio State still had some optimism that they could land Meadows, and instead Michigan is able to beat them out. And, you know, Michigan hasn't beaten Ohio State out a lot for 5-star level recruits, but with the wins there notching on the field and now straight up beating out the Buckeyes for Carter Meadows, you could see potentially more wins on the recruiting trail over Ohio State for prospects at the level of Meadows. And when you look at Meadows as an actual prospect, man, there's a lot to like about him. And I've seen some fans point out that he didn't have a big junior season in terms of production. I think with Carter, you're looking at what he can become. The ceiling is insane. He has freaky length. He's a fantastic basketball player, a legitimate Division I basketball player. He actually thought he was going to go the basketball route before he fully focused on football. And I think that athleticism just needs to, it does translate to the field, but once it really gets developed by a guy like Esposito, by a guy like Wink Martindale, I think you're looking at a really special prospect. I don't think Carter Meadows is the guy that's going to come in and just be an absolute stud as a true freshman, but maybe after 1 or 2 years, he could be one of the best pass rushers in college football. He needs to add weight to his frame. He needs to get more strength in the, or he needs to add strength in the weight room. just add more muscle mass to his frame. He's also a guy who's never just fully focused on football either. He has always been playing basketball. He's always played AAU basketball. He led Gonzaga to a state championship in basketball. So I think that, you know, once he fully hones in on mastering his craft on the football side, again, that ceiling is super, super unlimited. You don't really find guys like Carter Meadows that are that long, that are that athletic, that can move the way he does. And then again, I think Michigan was the best fit for him because it will allow him to really excel. Like I said, he's such a culture guy. He's an education first guy. And you've seen Michigan have success at Gonzaga with Evan Link, with Kainoa Winston. Now you add Carter Meadows. Those are the types of guys that were the foundation for Michigan's national championship team. You think about guys like JJ McCarthy and Junior Colson and those types of guys, that's exactly what you're getting in these Gonzaga prospects like Kainoa. I think Kainoa is a future team captain. I think Carter Meadows is a future team captain. So just an absolute fantastic job by the Michigan coaching staff. Huge, huge win for the Wolverines. Just a lot to really love about this recruiting victory. So again, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos. And as always, subscribe to the Wolverine.com. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months. And again, guys, we'll be back when Michigan gets another commitment.